Hey, morning everyone. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Still waking up. It's still dark outside. It's a little rainy here in the kettle, the sea of the kettle. Whew. Hope everyone's having a good weekend so far. Getting ready to crush some code. Just gonna keep the crushing code on there all the time. You know, I'm always trying to crush some code all the time.
It should also read that I crushed it from 2013 to present.
Yesterday, pretty productive day with Matt Leibowitz, crushing some Xamarin Essentials. Today, though, we're going to be back on our SignalR Saturday, but we're missing someone. Oh, there she is. Hey, guys. What's going on? See if we can get Mooch to balance. There we go. Paired programming. That's what we call that. Mooch hanging out, lingering around. Cool. Well, yeah, we're back for SignalR Saturday. SignalR Saturday is like, I wanted to use some technology to figure how I could start implementing this or leveraging this in some demos, some applications I'm building. And SignalR is like real-time communication. So like WebSockets, but abstraction over WebSockets that does a bunch of stuff and things and whatnot. So previously we built out a little web backend that can communicate. I basically followed a tutorial together for 90 minutes, and that's what I did. This stream will be a little bit shorter. I plan my Saturdays to be about 90 minutes. So I end at 10 on the dot. That's my plan. Yes, Matthew, thank you. This is the nice stream that gives people flexible times, I think, is my plan. First things first, today we got notochess.com, and we have a Reve coffee mug. Where's it at? There's the camera. Boom. One of my favorite coffee roasters in San Francisco. And then, of course, where's it at? Zojirushi, Natch. Let's kick it off with some coffee.
Today was a good day.
The only problem is when I hold it up like that, I never know. I never know exactly where the coffee is gonna be. Got some new follows over the night. So Alfrehi, thanks for the follow. Boom. Farhana Run and Peach, thank you for the follow so much. Probably some other ones in here too. I think Nadabus and RV Santos, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Building up that followership, almost at 300, which is pretty rad. All right, let's head over to the desktop and do it. So we're gonna head over to our beautiful computer. Look at it. Look at that desktop. I'm gonna start switching up my desktops. I mean, I do love this Deadpool desktop. It's pretty fantastical, but we're gonna go from there. So we're gonna go into my GitHub /mots codes live. So all the code is always on here. Follow along at home. And this is like where I used to do live streaming. Back, 3 years ago, I used to live stream, but the live stream technology was not where it was at today. Nor, actually, it would be the same computer that I live stream on, but I was using Google Hangouts at the time. So a lot of old, probably crusty code in here. But here's our Twitch SignalR Saturdays folder, and we have a little chat bot in here, SignalR chat. We're gonna continue with our SignalR chat because why not? But I want to create like maybe next week on like a SignalR. Well, I want to do multiple things. I want to do just kind of normal SignalR chat, but then I want to actually create like maybe an Azure function that has a chat client in it that is giving real-time stock ticker updates, and that's really cool because instead of your app polling everything over and over again, you're just pushing and you're listening for information. I get another subscription. No, I did. Over the weekend. Cool. All right. That was 2 weeks ago. I was out of town last weekend, so no SignalR Saturday, but we're here. We're back. So let's go into our... Where is our Mots Codes Live? Do I not have it for some reason? Let's see. It's interesting if I don't have it. Let's clone something then. Like, not like the GitHub one now, just defaults. It's like, give me the address. I'm gonna put it. Oh, this is another terrible dialogue. Why did they do this? GitHub? Oh, it's already there. So let's add that repo then. Why am I not seeing it? Let's add this repo. C mots, C drive, GitHub. There we go. Cool. All right. So SignalR chat. We're just going to add some stuff to it. Hello out in Sweden. Carlo, that's cool. Sweden is pretty rad. Oh, and hello, Alfrehi from the background music is a bit too loud. All right, let me go ahead and adjust that really quick for everyone here. Now it's at 0. It's so hard to get it to 1. Get it to 1. It's like 2 or nothing. There we go. Now it's at 1. Now it should be probably as low as I can possibly go on the music. Also turned down my desktop audio just a little bit. Let me know how that is. Mezu on the background. Yeah, hello to Mexico in the city. Very cool. Yeah, so now it's playing. Should be chill. Let me know. Let me know. I'm gonna redo and do a whole bunch of videos on my. And just that. I should probably maybe do a tweet. Should I tweet this out to the peoples? You're welcome. Anything. I'm here for you, not for me. Well, a little bit for me, but let's see. Live with my SignalR. How's the microphone? Microphone sound good? Sounds like I'm in it. Should hopefully pick up my correct one now. Cool. All right. So this is our chat bot. So let's just review what we had previously from last week. So we created a chat hub. If I double click on a CS file, there we go. So it's very simplistic. It's nothing too crazy. It simply had a send message and a typing where you could send the user and the message and it would send some messages across. I then had a index page. And inside of here, we had some user inputs, user message, and we can see here it's going to send button. User input, send button here. And then down here, we also are including this chat.js, and we also have a message list and a typing list. So it's kind of got a typing list there. And then we have this little chat.js. So you have to write all this in JavaScript. You can do it in TypeScript too. But you connect to your chat hub. You have a bunch of functions to receive a message, to do some typing, back and forth. So that's what we're kind of doing there. And I'm just kind of appending things. So if I run this thing. Oh gosh. Oh yeah. I think I need to install this cert because I probably should just run it in Chrome. No, this is Ask Me Anything, so you can totally do anything that you want to ask me. Mezu80 asks, what's your daily activities like? Well, I like to ride a bicycle often. I like to take the connector in. I'm often coding. No, I don't know. So, okay, so let me do this really quick. So I have like James 1. This is the chat, right? So James 1, hello. It says James 1 is typing. James 2, hello. 2, send. Whoa. What are my daily activities like at work? What do I do? What don't I do? So I directly work on Xamarin Essentials with that team and the components team. That's a little bit of my time. I also while I answer this, I'm just going to scaffold out a new mobile app. Let's do that because that'll take a few seconds here. Am I in presenter mode? Present. I think it probably turns it off. Boop. Oh, it's already in presenter mode. Perfect. So let's create a new folder. Add folder mobile. And let's add a new initialize templates. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do a Xamarin connection to SignalR chat. Yep. So we're going to call this a mobile chat, mobile SignalR chat. Zam chat. Why not? That sounds good. We're going to use, let's do a blank app for now, and we'll do all of them for now. So while that spins up, so on my day-to-day, what I do is, Xamarin Essentials. I also work really heavily with our IDE tooling team. So that's like our designers, our previewer, IntelliSense. What else do I do? Pretty much anything related to that. But I also work with every single team at Microsoft. So I kind of like sit at like some sort of top level where I try to, oh, that's a bug where it doesn't put it in all those folders. I report that to the team. And then well, also I work with all the Azure teams, the App Center teams, record videos, I record podcasts, I live stream, do a bunch of things. David is the PM of our SDK tooling team, so he does a lot of work with the Essentials team, the Forms team. He's really hands-on with Forms, but I'm also hands-on with Forms, but he's probably more hands-on with Forms. David Ortnow, yeah. Carlo, yeah, we're gonna do that. It didn't get too far, so let's see if we can do some stuff here. So I'm going to, let's make this relatively simplistic here. I'm going to go into our dependencies. I need to see what SignalR client I need. SignalR core client. I'm pretty sure this is what I need. Oh, Xamarin has special requirements for Visual Studio. Oh, look at us. Look at how special we are. Oh, I think you just need to have like a latest version. Yeah, so that's good. Upgrade. This is our client that we want. Microsoft ASP.NET Core SignalR client. I like that. Okay, so let's do this. Manage nuggets. Ba-dum. And which one do I want? Do these depend on each other? Oh, they do depend on each other. So that's probably important there. So these depend on this. You need this. It's really interesting when there's always more installs of one and then the other, even though this one's totally required. Install this into all projects. 104. I'm way up, I feel blessed. Rock pile. Piling up rocks of code. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Also, anyone that does any bits, any subscriptions, anything like that, that goes directly to charities, which is super rad, all through the year to Girls Who Code. And Microsoft matches that, so that's cool. Do we have a full-time dedicated person to Xamarin.Forms? Yeah, we have a lot of people dedicated to Xamarin.Forms. I'd like to know what you think is slow. They are on a... I like to always show off our GitHub repo. They release like every 3 weeks. We just have a cadence of 3-week cycles at Microsoft. So I think you can find, where's our roadmap? Feature roadmap. I think they have like all the feature roadmap, feature work that we're doing, issues that we're doing, if they're ready, status. I guess I could give dates, but they have like a V-next of when they're releasing things. And oh, there we go. They work on 6-week release cycles. I think that's for stable too. So if you go into, and they have nightly builds. So, hey, from Brazil. Where in Brazil are you at? I was in Sao Paulo last year, I think. Yeah, that was pretty rad. Oh, cool. Salesforce development. I know nothing about it. Little SAP, Salesforce, kind of back-end CRM stuff is a black mythical art to me, but I know that's very important. It makes a lot of money. So that's what's important. So this will be really interesting because there's a .NET client, and I assume I need to do something very similar. All right, let's see here. Okay, so let's accept these terms. But yeah, there's David's dedicated PM to it. He's speaking with developers all the time. If you want Hey, Kabu. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Lots of follows. We're very close to 300, I think. Where's our 300 meter at? 299. I like that. I'm into it. All right, so we're going to go and create some new backend stuff. First things first, we're going to add in MVVM helpers, everyone's favorite library in life. The one right here, Refractored, that's the one that I created. You can tell it's from me because it has my name on it. And you can tap on that and it will bring you to my stuff here. It has all sorts of goodies inside of here, like observable objects and base view models and grouping and all sorts of goodies that every app needs. Install that everywhere. Ba-doop. I'm way up. Uh-oh, ancient guy. Finally, after the years, he's waiting for the 300. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. That's super rad. 300. Wow, I never would have thought. I couldn't imagine anyone would want to watch me for any amount of time. That's kind of was my assumption forever. So I appreciate that. And that really reminds me on any given day that
nothing is impossible.
Let's just play it through all of these.
Today was a good day.
All right, so let's create a view model. Let's create this add view model. Add the view model and add view. Boop. So let's see. So impossible is made possible.
Nothing is impossible.
It's not. It's not. Let's see. Oh, I gotta read the chat here. I gotta read the chat. President says, wrestling. Woodworker says wrestling is pretty nice. Best part is telling you that you try to do stupid stuff. I like that. Oh geez. Let's see here. So first thing I need to do is I need to create a new class. We're gonna call this a message. Sounds good. That's what we're gonna send across the wire. I think I can do like username, get set. And this can be an observable object because we can just data bind to that. All right. Oh, geez. Magoo says, oh, gotcha. Yeah. Good to see you again from the MVP Summit. Yeah, and from the meetup in Sao Paulo. Very, very rad. Good to see you on. I'm glad that you could join in. And I'm glad that you're really enjoying Merge Conflict. That's super rad. Mizzou asks, is there any idea why iOS, the renderer, doesn't derive from native views? Why was it necessary to wrap the native view in another view? Well, the renderer view handles all the data binding stuff back and forth into it. You can also use like Xamarin.Forms native views that just shoves a native view in it directly. If you're just like, I just want to use this view. But you can follow up Mizu a little bit more on that. What else happened here? Oh, does MVVM helpers work with any app? Yeah, it works with any app. It's just a .NET standard library. So it works anywhere, anything. It's just a .NET standard library. And it was made with no dependencies, so there's no dependencies on Xamarin.Forms or anything. So I think username is just do that. Let's do string username. Let's do proper stuff here, huh? Set, and then we're gonna do set property ref username value. There we go. Message. There we go. Message. Boop 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 boop. Cool. Oh, I guess it can't be a message. So rename signal chat message. Well, I guess did I let me look at my SignalR hub. Because it does take in a message and a user. Okay, so we want this to be, rename it to chat message. Make this chat message. This should be user. Oh no, this EDM station is a little too intense for me this morning, I think. Let's go for ambient. Let's just chill out for a hot second. There we go. Oh, I see. Yeah. Muzu is asking about like the fast renders. Oh, I just think they haven't done it yet. They just haven't done the fast renderer part for iOS, so they probably could remove that. But the thing is, performance on iOS is pretty fantastical, so I think they're not focused on trying to do that. They're just trying to,
It should also read that I crushed it from 2013 to present.
You know how I feel about renderers, right?
This is enough to scare me to go update my LinkedIn profile and look for another job.
Not about that. Not about those renderers. Very minimal. Because I like to stay in the ID, things like that. I do like I have a Donovan button on my Stream Deck. Right, but why didn't they do it from the start? Why didn't they do it from the start? You'd have to ask Jason, to be honest with you. I think most likely because it may have been over-architected in the beginning, perhaps. Chat view model here. I think that they looked at what they were trying to do and were like, what about this or this or this? And I think probably just architecture changed over time, but they had it working as is, so it was very flexible. I think they want to try to, remove some of those layers, but yeah, you'd have to ask Jason why he did it, to be honest with you. Let's bring in base view model here. And this one, we're just going to create a new. And then what we can do here is we'll do public chat message. We'll say chat message get set. Actually, we only need to get it. We'll do a hey Luce, welcome back to the chat. No need to be sorry. How are you even supposed to know that I'm doing anything? All right, so we just created a new, let's get rid of this toolbox. What are you doing here? We created a new chat message. Now this is just gonna be a get, and we're gonna initialize it to a new chat here. So what we want to do, and then what we want to do is also have a public observable range collection of chat messages. I guess we could also do this just to clean up the code a little bit, make it look. You could do it there if you want to, or you could do it in the constructor. Doesn't really matter. Get rid of this. Chat view model. And then we can do chat message equals new, that, and messages equals new range collection. So we're gonna have the current chat message, which I'm in. Oh yeah, I guess Twitch does. Yeah. Is Jason approachable? Jason is like a warm, cuddly bear. That's amazing. He's an amazing human being. Send me an email, and he's on holiday right now. With some personal stuff. Coding with Luz. Coding with Luz. Needs a jingle. Coding with Luz. Do 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 do. Coding with Luz. Just coding with Luz. Jason Smith. Oh, we're just talking about Xamarin.Forms and who runs that stuff. I mean, he's the main engineering lead on all of it, but yeah, just email me and then I'll chat with David and see, kind of interested in what you need to know. So we have our chat message, our messages, and for this, we're going to want a new public command, which is send message command. Okay. And we'll do a void of send message. And then we can do a new send message command equals new command, and let's do send message. Boop, 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 boop. So when you click a button, it'll do some stuff. And then we probably want to figure out the best way of, we'll probably hard code some stuff for now, I think, probably in general. So let's go and figure out how to implement this. So let's get rid of this stuff. If we pull in using, is there a SignalR? Microsoft.ASP.NET Core. I guess SignalR is what I want to go for. I think that's right. Let's see. Okay. Oh, .client. .client. Bring in the client. And what we want to do is, we're not creating a hub, we're going to connect to the hub. So we're going to create a hub connection. This will be my hub connection there. So our hub was running on, I don't know what port it was running on. Let's see the port it's running on here. We're going to run it locally, so. Yeah, so not at that point yet, Carlo. We're just going to assign usernames to it. So we're on port 5000. So my unique ID is just this here, right? So when I send it, it gets it. Localhost 5001. So we're going to do a new connection, hub connection. So now we're going to need to connect to our hub connection builder. And a builder, it's funny that they follow the Android mechanism of builders, but that's okay. There we go. And do dot. And then dot build. So it's going to connect to that port. Should be good. Localhost. I think that's good. Yeah, I know, working too slow. I need a database. I need this. I need all this stuff. Totally going to happen at some point. Okay, so I probably need a way of connecting to it on demand. So let's connect command and disconnect command. Okay. And what we'll do here is we will do void connect, and void disconnect. There we go. All right, so that looks good there. Let's do that. Let's build up these commands. Connect command equals new command of connect, and disconnect command equals a new command of disconnect. Look at that. MVVM. It's not hard. It's not hard. Monkey cache. Oh, I guess I could just use monkey cache. Well, it's not the most optimal database because it's just a cache, but probably wouldn't use it. But yeah. I do need to actually do one. Coding with Liz. I'm coding with how many people? 40 people. We're doing SignalR stuff. Let's see what people on the Twitter says. A lot of retweets. We're coding together. So what we want to do is, I guess, handle a few things. So if our hub connection we have closed, send async, send stream as async, stop async, start async. Okay, so we could, if it's closed, let's do a error. So if our connection closes, we probably want to do some stuff. So the SignalR documentation says that we should wait and we should do a delay because this is just in a random task. So I'm going to believe them. I want to believe them. And they created, why would you create a new random there? So let's do a random. And we can do random equals new random. Okay. And then we should be able to say random dot next between 0 and 5 times 100,000. So delay a few seconds, it seems like. Seems fine. Then await hub connection dot start async. And in fact, I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to call. These need to be a task, it looks like, an async task. Sync. And this should be async, and this should be. Looks like this should be also an async task here. Okay. So then we'll just say await connect. There we go. All right, cool. Poly. Ooh, Poly. Monkey Cache is one of my favorite libraries. It has everything you need. It has monkeys, and it has caches, and it has barrels, it has bananas, it has everything that you need in life, really. Okay, so we're going to connect here, and I'm pretty sure that all I need to do is just say await connection, hub connection dot start. I guess. Seems good. Disconnect, await hub connection dot stop async. That seems pretty okay. Send async. So I want to do a few things here. So we're going to want to do this. Need to fix up our commands now. And make sure that I want an async command at some point. Async. Oh, wait. There we go. Make it happy. There we go. Okay, that looks good. We probably also want to, when we connect, we could do something like, I guess, set up our, okay, so I'm reading in the documentation that when we connect, we should try catch that. That's what I'm hearing here. So let's do that. And it's saying that if we, all right, so it's saying that we should maybe do a Boolean here that says is connected. So let's create another little message here. We'll say bool is connected. And then I'll say public bool is connected. Get is connected. Oops. And set shut property ref is connected and value. So we're gonna have a little thing that says if I'm connected or not. So I guess if I'm disconnected, I guess you would put is connected to false. I guess, and then is connected disconnect. This just says it's closed. So I wonder if you disconnect if it actually tries to reconnect then. I'd be interested to see if that does it or not. Disconnect would be false. And if I'm connected, then true. Ta-da. Else, we can maybe just add some stuff in here. So we could do messages dot. Actually, we could send a message. Probably we could send a message across. That's there. But we could do something like messages dot add new chat message. And I could say message connected. There we go. And here I'll do an exception that says EX connection error. let's do a string in here, and we'll say that ex.message. Cool. All right. If I'm disconnected, I'll say disconnected. And if something went wrong, I'll say connection closed. And what we really should do is refactor this into a probably a method. Okay, let's refactor this into a method. Send local message. Then here I will do string message. There we go. And here I can then do this and message. That's good. It feels like there could be contention over is connected with all asynchronousy. I don't know. Probably not. I mean, if it's either closed or connected or not connected, I think should be okay. Yeah, but we'll find out when we run it. So let's go ahead and then let's move this below. And then we'll move this to send a local message. Disconnected. And what we can do to be 100% sure that this is gonna happen on the UI thread is we could do a device.begin invoke on main thread. And in fact, what we should probably do here is also make sure that whenever we set is connected, that is also invoked on the main thread. Let's go ahead and make sure that comes on the UI thread, just because it could come in at some random time. Connected, then send a local message, connected, then send a local message. Cool. All right, so before we even try to send a message, let us attempt to... Doesn't data binding run automatically on the UI thread? It does not, no. I mean, when you invoke, so if you were to go into like MVVM helpers, so it doesn't know, right? So observable object, it just will send and invoke it. There's no really way for it to ensure that it's on the UI thread on the data binding. So when you call this property, like it kind of bubbles down into this when it validates everything, just in general. So it's like, oh, I'm doing this stuff. Then there's no way for it to know. So usually you expect everything to come on the UI thread because that's how you pragmatically do it. But in this instance, it doesn't know. Oh, no, it doesn't know. No, I mean, I don't think so. I don't think the form side handles the UI thread for you automatically. It'll throw an exception and crash your app. I'm 95% sure. I think. But, you know, those are things that, you know.
I don't know anything about Docker. I don't know the difference between an image and a container. I don't know when I use a Docker file or when I use a compose file.
So let's just let's try to get some messages coming up here. So when we want to send a message, we should say, let's try it. And we should say await hub connection dot, is there a send async? There is a send async. It says send async, but they're telling me I should use invoke async. Invokes a hub method on the server using a method name. Oh yeah, because send async hubs method on the server. So this is on the client. So we want to invoke this magical method. And the magical method we want to send it to is our hub, which is going to be send message. and this is going to do receive message. So we're going to do send a message. Boop. Okay.
I'm way up, I feel blessed.
Hey, Reno. Thank you for the follow. Oh, and Damian Edwards. Appreciate that follow. Hanging out and chillaxing with me. Learning SignalR. Getting very confused about when to use send async or invoke async. Good thing I have it. Oh, there we go. So invoke allows for a response from the server. I feel like those, like I'm sending a message.
I'm way up, I feel blessed.
Oh, interesting. So Damien is saying that invoke allows you validate it. You're like validating that I got this. And send is fire and forget. Interesting. So if I invokes a hub method on the server using a specific method name, send async says, and there's send core, I don't know, there's so many methods, invokes a method on the server using does not wait for a response from the receiver. Oh, that's good. Yes, this makes sense. So that's really great to know, because send being fire and forget is something if you're firing things rapidly super fast. So if you're creating, if you don't care about the message validation, you don't want to handle it, you would just send. And that's often what the server is doing, because it doesn't necessarily care that all the clients are receiving it. It's just send and go for it. What's send core async? The same? Is it the same thing? Did we just mess up the API? Could be. So we want to invoke async because we want to make sure that it's coming back, and if there's an error, go from there. And I think here what's cool is that it just takes in any argument that you want. So ideally we should be able to say message, chat message dot user, chat message dot message. Let's go ahead and span that out there. This makes logical sense. This makes logical sense. Okay, so if something goes terribly wrong, what we can also then do is maybe do a local message here. Oops, what am I doing over here? There we go. So if I'll do that, I'll say send local message, which is just local, just to me. I can say ex.message. I'll say message fail. Do a message here. Let's see how good those messages are. Boom. So now we're invoking. We have send message. The only thing left to do is receive the message. So here, I assume that I only have to do it once? Question mark. So I'm assuming I can do hub dot, there's on, invoke, handshake, send, stream channel. So we want to say on. We're going to receive a string and a string. So we're going to get the username back. That's kind of interesting. I guess it's just a tuple. Are you putting these projects in GitHub? I am putting these projects in GitHub. Yes. These projects in GitHub live right here. Boom. Whoa, we have David Fowler in the house. David Fowler in the house. Oh my goodness, that makes me feel great. Makes me feel all sorts of...
But unlike Chris, I'm not a command line guy. I love that warm, fuzzy feeling of my IDE.
That's how I feel. Oh, geez. It feels great. I have so many people in here. Now, what I really want, though, is I really want to just be able to kind of, you know, do a whole bunch of stuff in the IDE and, like, scaffold it all out.
And I'm going to do what all Visual Studio developers do. I'm going to start right-clicking on everything.
That'd be cool just to be like, add...
I'm way
There is. Whoa, David Fowler with I think Fowler. I'm going to go with Fowl, that he is David Fowler. I'm not sure. He does work with me in a building, and I heard that he loves SignalR, so there's good. Yeah, lots of important people here today. It makes me feel good.
Today was a good day.
So let's go back to our chat hub. So this is going to be fire and forget, which is always interesting that it's fire and forget, but it's async, because, like, I guess it's firing and then not waiting, but it's firing, but it's still waiting. It's still waiting on something. So we are going to try to get back receive message. And there's a handler. So I should have user message. There. Now the question I really have is like, if I set this up once, does it disconnect? Does it remove that? Does it do a bunch of stuff? Like the documentation kind of says to do it a bunch of time. So I'm just saying, I don't know who wrote this documentation, but it does say that every time you connect that it should do the on. That seems wrong. I think I could be wrong. Someone should validate that maybe. It's async because it doesn't let you wait on the outgoing message, but it doesn't wait on the reply from the server. Got it. So it makes sure that it's sent. So you at least have that validation. It's like message was sent, maybe not received from the server or anything like that. I get you. That makes sense. So send local message, user. Oh, I'll say. Now I remember that in my JavaScript file, if I look at my index, pretty sure I had to, where's my JavaScript at? Ugh. JavaScript, gross. I'm pretty sure I had to do replacing of these things. So let's copy this code and see if we cannot, you had to like decode the message. So let's just see if we can do that. What is it trying to do? I'm trying to now figure out JavaScript on the fly. So this is trying to replace ampersand with ampersand and, oh, I don't think I need to. Maybe. I think it just figures it out. Oh, yes, this is just vanilla JS. I don't think I need to worry because the message isn't going to have any specific HTML that would mess stuff up. I think this is stripping out any potential bad code, but we don't need to worry about that because we're Xamarin. We're good to go. And we can also do this. User says message. And if this works in real time, I will be amazed at the ASP.NET Core team, and I will give them a round of applause because that would be amazing. So we can do encoded message. This thing looks gross, so I'll say final message. Cool. We are halfway there. So let's go into our main page and let's fill in this chat. So we're going to do a entry text. Oh, let's fill in our let's see. Damien asks, can you do CSS in Xamarin.Forms? I assume XSS is CSS. Yes, you can do CSS in Xamarin.Forms. Yes. I think you want CSS. CSS Xamarin.Forms. What is gray here? Yeah, right there. Cascading style sheets. Look at that. Look at that beautiness here. No? XSS? What's XSS?
Way up, I feel blessed.
XSS. Cross-site scripting. I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, it's just going to be a message, and it's a message, so I don't think so. Ooh, Rushlaka Cons. Thank you so much for it. Yeah, no, because it's just a message, so it's not running it. I mean, I guess you could put it in a web browser. So if you were inserting these into a browser itself, like a web browser control, you could do that. I guess if you were like React Native or you were Cordova or something, you would have to be concerned about that. Yeah, probably. So, but yeah, for us, it's just a native control. So if that native control handled HTML, possibly. So whoa, got a sweet follow from the Faber, my buddy, Nintendo Dispatch alum. Faber, thank you so much for the sub, sweet sub number 10. All that money goes straight to charity. So girls who code throughout the end of the year will get all money donated to this channel, bits, subscriptions. I match that, Microsoft matches that, everybody matches that. So think of it as a triple donation, if you will. And whenever Faber Wolf finishes those sweet emoticons, we will totally have that. So let's add this chat view model here. And let's bring in this. Guess it doesn't know. Is it not a public? Oh. .view model. All right. XMLNS. Man, my IntelliSense is not working today for some reason. I don't know why. Let me build it. Called out. Yeah, I know it's not there. I know it's not there. I know what's up with this IntelliSense. XAMChat.view model. Let's put that there. That should be there. Chat view model. I don't know why the IntelliSense isn't figuring it out. It should be there. Let me do a clean rebuild. Come on, Roslyn. Restart VS. That's standard behavior. That's not standard behavior. I refuse to believe that. Let's see if it's a standard expertise of. Pretty sure this is correct. XAMChat.view model. A white. We only changed to dark theme based on bit contribution. So you have to chair bits and then go to and put dark theme at the end. And once we reach 500 bits that are dark theme approved, then I change it to a dark theme. But I refuse besides that. Look at that. It totally found it loose. So that's great. So let's put an entry in here, and we're going to do text of binding to message, chat message dot user. There we go. And another entry of text equals binding of chat message dot message. Boop. And a button text is send a message. And then a is enabled. We're gonna do a binding to is connected. Yeah, that's good. Then also, let's put these down on new lines. A command of binding send. Nope. What did I make it at? Chat message connect command. Send message command. That makes sense. Cool, cool, cool. And then we'll do an activity of is busy or is running. Is busy. Is visible, a binding to is busy. There we go. And back in our view model, the is busy comes from here. Do Blazor next. I don't XAML. Dude, XAML looks exactly like HTML. You know what this does. It's the same thing. I was looking at a React Native demo and at the last conference I was at, and I was like, it's there. It's like it's all the same. It's totally there. It's all the same. You could take this. Maybe I should take this and I will maybe I'll WASM this in we next week or something. But yeah, you know I'm all XAML all day. You know what this is doing. It's stacking stuff. An entry and entering a button. It's doing it. Where's our send at? So we'll do is busy, true. And we'll do a finally here. To a is busy. That's false. They're basically the same. I don't know. It's just, I don't know, like how, well, There's divs, there's classes, things are properly cased. You can do data binding in it. I don't know. I need to learn HTML and CSS and JavaScript then, I guess. I don't know. I can't hear you. Thanks, Desiree. That's pretty funny. Oh, gosh. Let's also then... let's put a list view in here, and we'll do a item source binding to our messages. That's good. And we'll do a list view dot item template, data template, and I think there's a built-in cell, right? Text cell, and text will be binding to. Oh, where did I? Oh, I see. What I should do here is whenever I receive something, I want to send a local message, which is going to create this. Oh, I see. It's just... So really, this could just be a list of strings, is what I'm hearing here. I probably messed this up where, like, I had a... Well, I guess it's okay. Yeah, we can do... we can just do to the message. There we go. I kind of messed that up. That's good. Okay, so that's good. And let's set that as our startup. All right, so the only other thing we need to do is I'm going to kind of hack attack here. And I'll do chat view model VM. And I'll just do the VM, and I'll just do something like get, I don't know, VM equals VM equals view model binding context. Let's do that. So then I can do stuff like override on appearing, override on disappearing. Then I can do vm dot connect command execute null. And when we disappear, vm dot connect disconnect execute null. Okay, cool. Real-time chat. Oh yeah, we're building a real-time chat application with SignalR. So I'll need to deploy this. How do I deploy it? Debug. Guess I'll need to set that as my startup project first locally. We can just run it without debugging. What can't be safe? A real-time chat application with SignalR. So yeah, so we're here on this local host. This is our current implementation here. Message, James1, hello, then send. Boop, goes there. Overlapping those calls, that can't be safe. Well, you're gonna need to connect and disconnect. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could do some safeguards in here. You could do if hub connection dot. Can I see if I'm connected? No. So I can do if is connected, return, disconnect. If not is connected, return. There you go. Does that make you happy? Yeah, I mean, just fire and forget. No one cares. That can't be safe. What about overlapping calls? There's no way to await the execute? No, because it's a command. I could make these things public and then await on them. These things just call these little commands here. Yeah, there's no awaiting on this thing. The underlying call is async, correct? Yeah, so the call is here, yeah. This kind of is, you know, it's one of those like weird hacky things where, I mean, what I would do in a real world situation is I would probably message my view model that something has occurred and then let it handle it. But I'm not in the mood to handle that, Fowler. Not in the mood right now. Just trying to get this done. So let's set that as my startup project. And I think that would just work. Now this should still be running here, the SignalR on this local host. And I think that I would imagine that I could do like I think I should just be able to do like an IP config and be like, what am I on, right? Let's see. So localhost, this beautiful UWP app. Oh, connection error. Authentication failed because the remote party has closed the transport stream. Oh, okay. I did not read the documentation. We're just going to turn off HTTPS apparently. That's good. All right. Let's try it again. Sad. So close. But it told us it's like and in fact, in the documentation, it says don't use HTTPS. So my fault. Oh, I also didn't connect to my hub correctly. That is probably the second. I'm stupid. No. I think I can do this. The problem that no one noticed is that I'm just trying to connect to my local host. I didn't actually put it in my chat hub. Lols. Because my chat hub is right here. Chat hub. And in my routing /chat hub. That seems not optimal. Well, the documentation says to use HTTP, not HTTPS. I'm just saying. Just saying. And I wonder if this is needs to be capital chat or not. Question mark, exclamation point. No, doesn't like that either. Authentication failed. Yeah, it doesn't like HTTPS for now. I don't know why. So, well, let's try what they said. See if it's this. I guess what they're saying is I can go into this, and you're saying that I can do... Oh, that just redirects, I guess. That's interesting. Oh, nope. Still doesn't like it. I did do 5,000. Oh, 5,000. 500. It's not 500? You don't like 500? 500 is the optimal port to be communicating on. That's what I'm talking about. Gotta do more Twitch streaming, Fowler. People love it. Okay. Immediately connection error. Perfect. I love it. That's good. See, it's saying, I wonder if it's because I'm requiring it. The site is set up to redirect. But I'm kind of curious if it's actually that. I wonder if I didn't do this correct. I assume it wouldn't matter, but if I look at my JavaScript, /chat hub. So maybe it's just lowercase chat hub. It could. I should be able to use the IP address too of it. That could be a good 192.168.1.2. Pretty sure that's my IP address now. Bum bum bum. Let's see. Oh. Oh, you think it should be that instead of localhost? Oh, yeah, it could be that. 127.0.0.1. Yeah. Oh, and then it could be the... no. Slash 500, 5,000. And it redirects. And it's like, totally do it. It could be. I wonder if inside of my UW... This is why we need UWP samples. I wonder if my capabilities are wrong at all. I could have made it so I could just... I have the HTTPS redirect enabled. Oh, so we're saying that we need to turn that off. Okay. All right. So... that could be it. So if I go into my... I did file new. So... oh, I see. This is it. This is the problem. Okay. How come I just can't run this thing? How do I run it? How do I deploy it? How come I don't know how to use Visual Studio? I did do file new. That's what I did, by the way, last week. Is I did turn that on. Yeah. So we're saying here that this should be 5001. 5000. Yeah, okay, got it. Yeah. So let's go back here and let's turn that off. Now, I guess, does it matter, Damien and David Fowler, if this is Chat Hub or Chat Hub? Control F5. Yeah, but I want to just do it on this project, right? I don't want to go back over here and then set a startup project. So it's running. If I was smart, I would put this as a binding so I could just type it and then hit connect. It doesn't matter. Okay. I guess I don't know how the internet works half the time, so. Connected. Oh, snap.
It should also read that I crushed it from 2013 to present.
So we should say James 1. James UWP. Hello from the desktop. Ooh, scary. Still Halloween. Ah! Whoa.
Nothing is impossible.
Amazing. Amazing. So I guess also 1270501 would also work too. Nice. And then also on, how come my local IP address on my machine doesn't work? It's localhost, but it should be my machine IP, and that's how I can only have Android and iOS connect to it. So that's it. I feel great.
It should also read that I crushed it from 2013 to present.
So the question then is if I do James ASP.NET and I say hello from the web. Well, it works. The server isn't bound to external IPs by default. You have to enable that. Of course, why wouldn't you have to enable that in it? Is it a one-liner, Damien, that I can just enable magically do stuff like that? Because ideally for a mobile app, that's what you would want is the IP address of your machine, you know, and that way the mobile apps can talk to it over local Wi-Fi, and that would really make this demo sweet. If there's a one-liner, Damien, that I can do. Question mark, exclamation point. Config. Oh, snap, we're learning together. The configuration, is that my program? Damien's going to... Yeah, we don't care about security, Damien. Yeah, which is... Oh, I see. We don't care about security for this thing. But I'll make a comment here. So is it in this configuration file here? Or down here, app? There's my route. Turning this off for now so we can communicate on the local host for desktop. Oh, app settings. Oh, cool. Allowed hosts. All right, hit me. What do I got to do next? Security in chat by default as links get deleted. Just give me IntelliSense. Nope. App settings. I'm in the app settings. We're paired programming here. Hold on. It'd be cool if I could. I need to get Damien into a private chat, and then I could send him a live share link, and he could just do it for me. That's the next thing to do. Enable ASP.NET app settings. Enable. What's it called? What did Damien say it's called? External IPs. Security. What does Stack Overflow say? Damien tried to post a link. Oh, okay, hold on. Damien P. Edwards. Boop. There you go. There you go, Damien. You can do it now. You can post a link now. Shakes head. That's funny. Now you're a sweet mod. Sweet mod. Send message, error handling. That's good. Cool. ASP.NET app settings.json.
I'm way up, I feel blessed.
Hey, I am. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Super rad. All right, so app config versus host config. Stuff, host, stuff, security. See, we learn by building about how bad our documentation is sometimes. I don't know how to do this. It's all over my head now. ASP.NET use IP instead of localhost. There we go. What does Stack Overflow say? Working, not working. That seems not correct. No, definitely don't want that. That seems incorrect. ASP.NET Core. There we go. Let's see what Rick has to say. Hey, Rick. Now listening here. Oh, look at this. Thanks to Damien, ASP.NET Core allows overriding. Add command line arguments. Is this how you're supposed to do it? Ooh. Host URL. This. Use URLs. Host URL. Oh my gosh. Seems complicated. Damien was the one that apparently did this. Oh, I see. It's like, oh, use this stuff here. Oh, interesting. I just want it to work. Well, what's kind of cool is I should be able to run Android emulator localhost ADB. You can do it. It's hard. So yeah, you have to do. I can do this to access my local machine. Pretty sure. Let me look over on Android here. Var IP equals localhost if device dot os. That's runtime platform. Android IP equals. Pretty sure this will work. Found it. Nope. Copy link. Oh, there we go. By default, it points to this when it's installed. You can use the URLs command to do it. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, endpoint. Okay, so it's not really the greatest to localhost. When you're using .NET Core, the browser, by default, call use URLs command, URLs configuration key. Okay, so the docs are dense. So you're saying inside of here, I would do, oh gosh. I'm just saying I would do something like this. I'm just kind of curious if I can set this as my startup. See if that'll be it or not. I'm pretty sure I can do this. Oh, so this is going to tell it that, but change local, oh, to 192.168.1.2, like that. Oh. And then I need to do inside of my here. Use URLs. Oh. That. No, just this. Okay. That. All right. Just the config change. I don't know if I did it right. Does this look correct? Question mark, exclamation point. Oh, we can test this really quick, because I think if I do, there should be like a loopback command in for this somewhere. I think this Android emulator works. You need the port. Oh, HTTP. I see. What I'm curious about is if I can do ta-da! Look at that. It's fine. So you just have to use this port on Android because this is your local host, and it'll loop back. So then I don't even have to worry about it in general. So I think here, if I do this and I deploy this, I think it'll work okay without it. It's just going to tell it to use localhost, and then we don't have to worry about security. Security. Let's see if it'll work or not. Yeah, 5001 HTTPS. All right, let's see if this will work, and then I'm going to close out this stream, people, and we're going to commit the code, and I'll push it. Well, I'm just going to see if this works on this, Damien. Instead of using localhost, use 10, because this is localhost for it on Android. Like it knows how to communicate with localhost on your machine because the Android emulator is on your machine. But next week, maybe I'll go back and loop around and figure out how to do it over to a real device. Come on. Deploying. Do I have another chatbot open? I do. Whoa. Come on, deployment. It's dexing. There we go.